Hello Sagittarius, this is Natalia with your angel reading for April. So welcome to spring if you live in the northern hemisphere, and welcome to autumn if you're in the southern hemisphere. And it's certainly a really lovely time of year here in the UK. There's all the little birds tweeting outside my window as I'm doing this reading for you. So it just feels all new and lovely. And I think for you, Sagittarius, I have drawn the most absolutely gorgeous cards, and it does feel like you're on the cusp of a new beginning. There's this really amazing, very, very powerful energy coming out for you. And let's get started on your main reading for April. And do listen up to the end of the reading, because as always, I've got a little bonus for you. And that is a couple of cards relating to the retrogrades that we're experiencing this month. So we're having retrograde planets, Mars around the middle of April, around the 17th of April. And then Mercury is doing his thing where he goes retrograde again at the end of April. But I'm always interested to see what the angelic messages are for those retrogrades, and so I decided to draw a couple of extra cards and see what's coming in for you in those areas, and it's pretty good, I have to say. So let's begin with your main reading and have a look at the three cards that I drew for you from the Angel Tarot deck by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. And this is for you if you are Sagittarius Sun, if you have your rising sign ascendant in Sagittarius, and also if you identify with your moon sign, then listen to this reading too. So we begin the month, absolutely beautiful, beautiful card, and that is the Star with Archangel Jophiel. And the Star is all about dreams coming true. It's about wishes. It's about the stars aligning, all of the things that you've wanted to get off the ground, it being a really fortuitous time for that. And you're able to be very optimistic and to make these long-term plans because you can see exactly what's ahead of you, and it all looks very favorable. The thing about Archangel Jophiel as well is she is an angel who her archangel power is all about bringing beauty into the world. So she's connected with the arts, with craft, with making things, with anything that is arty and beautiful. So it could be photography, it could be interior design, it could be gardening and flower arranging, anything like that. So if you're involved in a job or a career or a hobby that involves anything beautiful, beautifying and artistic in any way, then this is a really, really great month for you, because right at the start of the month you'll see your plans progressing in those areas, and it's incredibly well aspected for you. I always feel like the Star is one of those cards that it's a major arcana card for a start, and major arcana cards are always about the big things, about the big miracles, the big shifts and changes that are occurring in our lives. But the Star is one of those cards that, if you ask a question, if you want to use angel cards to ask a question, if you draw the Star, that is like a big yes. It's a big tick in a box to say, absolutely, whatever it is that you're thinking about, whatever it is that you're pursuing right now, it's just such a good thing for you. And right at the beginning of the month, you are being shown the way forward. You're being asked to keep your thoughts beautiful. Don't creep into negative thinking and I can't do kind of mentality. Just keep your eye on the prize. And even, if you're starting out with something, if you're starting out with some kind of crafty hobby or some kind of new business that's related to crafts and arts and making and things like that, we all have to begin somewhere. So there's a thing called minimum viable product, right? So we're never absolutely perfect and amazing artisans when we start anything. We have to begin somewhere. And so we make something and it's lovely, and it's not the potential that we can reach. As we keep going and we keep learning and we keep refining what we do, we will end up with the amazing, incredible piece of artwork that, over the years you will evolve into that. So don't beat yourself up. Always know there's room for improvement, but you have your minimum viable product, whether it's a hobby or it's a career. You have something and you're building on that. You've got something good that people like. You can do better, but don't try and run before you can walk. Just take it steady, but you have something. You're really onto something. And I feel as though around the middle of the month, so this is when around the time that Mars is going retrograde, your whole focus shifts towards other people, and in particular one other person, and the connectedness with that person in a partnership. So this can be a work partnership. So there's, on the one hand, you sort of I don't know, aligning yourself with somebody else who can really help you move things forward in a way that you maybe couldn't on your own, or you couldn't do it with so much power and accomplishment as you could with this other person, because they bring something to the table that you lack, and you bring something to them that they don't have the skills in. And it just works. The connection between the two of you, it just works. And when I was shuffling, the Lovers card also jumped out, and when I get further on to the end of your reading, when I'm talking about the retrograde cards that I do for you, the theme, runs through that as well. So there's very much a connectedness to another person in a partnership. And the Lovers card speaks of that as well. But also it can speak of a relationship, of a love partnership. So whatever resonates with you right now, Sagittarius, is what is real for you. So it may be that you're going to be becoming closer connected to somebody else in love in a romantic way. And it could be that it's a work partnership. But both of these are just really great opportunities for you to grow, to become so much better as part of this pairing than you can on your own. And I was doing a reading for a lovely lady yesterday. And normally I always advocate you being independent and strong within yourself, and when you are, then you can experience relationships in a completely different way, where you don't need somebody, but it enhances your life. Well, I feel as though there is an element of needing to connect with this person to make things so much bigger and better, whether it's in love or career. So look out for that, because that is what the Mars retrograde is bringing for you. And we'll get onto that later on in your reading as well, so hang on till the end. And then by the end of the month, you have Archangel Raziel here as the Magician. Look at this card. It is so powerful. When I look at this, his wings are so magnificent. The span of them is just enormous. They're golden. He's radiating this energy through this wand that he's carrying, and it's almost like it's connecting with a thunderbolt of lightning. And it's coming down through there, and he's harnessing the power in his hands. And this speaks of you being ready to have liftoff, being ready to manifest the life that you want, that whatever you've had your eyes focused on in terms of achieving things, moving your life forward in the ways that you have been wishing to do it, now is the time, the end of April. And Mercury goes retrograde, but that's not a bad thing for you, because it's like before the Mercury goes retrograde, I can't even say it. Before the Mercury goes retrograde, the opportunity comes in, the power is unleashed to you, and no retrograde planets will stop you this month. They're just going to help you along, and it's all going to be very, very favorable. The other thing with Archangel Raziel, when he shows up in a reading, is he is depicted on one of the other angel tarot cards as the Hermit, where you're going inward and you're soul searching and you're trying to get the answers to things, and all of the answers are within anyway. And so sometimes we're more open to listening and hearing them. But the Magician also contains Archangel Raziel, and that's when you've gone inward, you've listened, you've heard everything, and then you're ready to just unleash everything onto the world and to step into your power. And you're mighty powerful by the end of April. So Archangel Raziel gives us the wisdom that we need to make the next step along the pathway in our soul's journey. And there are many, many different stages of our pathway. And but there are important milestones on the path. There are important times when we're given another piece of the jigsaw, another part of the road on the map, and we're able to take ourselves off in another direction that makes us more powerful, that really makes us step up another gear, another notch. And this is the time where you're done going inward, where you're done listening and being in stillness and waiting for the wisdom to come in, you actually have it. You have everything you need to manifest the life that you want. And I would just say to you that the advice here is to go for it, to acknowledge that there is somebody else who can help you greatly, and they appear, or certainly the connection really happens around the middle of April, and that then defines your ability to move forward, move in that great, upward trajectory that you're destined for. And I want to tell you that everything will be okay. So if you've been worrying and fretting about anything, I'm just getting, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. So I don't see you dashing around and feeling there isn't a great deal of energy, as in like you flying about and being stressed and having a lot on your plate. It's just like this very kind of peaceful knowing of what it is that you need to do, standing there within your power and just accepting that power and then going forward, but moving forward confidently without any stress. And so now I want to focus on the retrograde for you. So Mars retrograde and Mercury retrograde, what does that bring for you this month? So first of all, I got I drew one of the magical unicorn cards by Doreen Virtue, and aren't they beautiful? I love, love, love these cards, and I don't know why I don't use them more, but they were just sort of looking at me when I opened my drawer when I was going to get the cards to do the reading today, and I thought, why not bring the magical unicorn cards in today? That would be really nice. And this one says share. So you can see this beautiful fairy. She's sitting on a unicorn and it's covered in flowers, and then there's this other fairy on the ground, dressing the horse, the unicorn, with the flowers as well. And it's saying, the message is, when you share, everyone feels happy. So I feel as though the route to your success going forward, and certainly this month it becomes very apparent, is sharing with somebody else, is connecting with somebody, is twinning up, pairing up with somebody, partnering up with somebody in order for you to be able to move forward in a much bigger and stronger way. And you can see on the card that it has this white color all over it. And the white is the divine energy of your guardian angel. It's connected to your crown chakra. So we actually had the same kind of chakra for Scorpio. So it's about that wisdom. It's about that inner knowing that everything's going to be okay, that you're on the right path, and just being very divinely wise and guided. And it's about purification. It's about new beginnings. It's about a sense of peacefulness. So moving forward, but in a peaceful way. And funnily enough, the second card I drew for you to talk about the Mars retrograde and what that has in store for you is I drew a Soul's Journey lesson card, and these are by James Van Praagh. I absolutely love these cards. I love all my cards. I always say that. But these cards are very particular because they speak of asking a specific question around a specific area. And what is the lesson in there for us? What is part of our soul's growth and our soul's journey to be able to move us forward and expand us? And the card I drew for you is Peace. And it says, I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. So remember I said to you right at the beginning of your main reading about the Star card and Archangel Jophiel. It's about getting rid of any kind of limiting beliefs, any thoughts about anything pessimistic or anything that brings you down. Just get that out of your mind. This is all about beauty. It's about sharing with the world what you have to give, not criticizing yourself, just having the courage to put it out there. And having the courage to partner up with somebody else, because between you can create something much bigger than your individual selves. And this says, I'm a being of love and I release all negative energy. And it has the blue of the throat chakra all over this card, this beautiful turquoise color, and then the beautiful cobalt blue of Archangel Michael, who is also about positivity and releasing all negative things and, cutting cords on those things, cleansing. And the blue is very much about speaking your truth, being your authentic self, having the courage to be creative, because the way, the throat chakra is about our expression, and that is about creativity. And so that you're very, very creative this month, I feel, Sagittarius, very much so. So have the the courage to step into your authentic self and to live the life and do the things, pursue the things that you have wanted to do for so long, and the courage to connect with another person in doing that. And relax, everything will be okay, you're at peace. So I hope you've enjoyed your reading, Sagittarius, this month. It certainly is fantastic. And if you'd like to follow me on my Facebook page, I have a lovely page where there's lots of lovely stuff. We talk about angels and all that kind of loveliness, and there's a really great community there. And my Facebook page name is Angel Lady. And if you would like to book a reading with me, you can do that via astrolada.com. So just look in the drop down menu beneath the video, there's a little arrow, and there's a link there to my readers page, and you can book a reading with me. So I'm wishing you the best month. I hope April is fantastic. It certainly feels like it's a brand new beginning for you in lots of very, very positive ways. And I look forward to reading your comments about how, whether this relates to you and what you're going through right now and what you experience throughout the month. So take care, Sagittarius, and I look forward to catching up with you again very soon.